Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel. My name is Sanja and I'm gonna be sharing with you tips that make me happier, methods that made me happy in times when I wasn't happy, and basically this is a happy channel, at least that's what it is for me. So today we're talking about being stuck because a lot of people have been saying this sentence, I'm stuck, I don't know where to begin from, or I don't know what to do now, I'm feeling stuck. And that's basically, the headline, I guess. People are getting stuck, not just in traffic, obviously it's less traffic nowadays. So getting the feeling of being stuck. First I want to share, connected obviously to that, something that was mind-blowing to me. If you don't know who Gary Vee is, well, his Instagram profile is Gary Vee, and he's this businessman and he's now traveling everywhere trying to teach other people what to do, how to behave, what took him and what his journey to become what he is today was, and so on and so forth. So one girl asked him, don't you ever feel stuck? She's like, I think she said that she was a YouTuber, and she's like, I'm trying to have more content out, but I don't know what to do, or something like that. And she's like, have you ever felt stuck yourself, so you know what I'm going through? And he said no. She's like, almost like in despair, like, you've never felt stuck? And he's like, you know why? Because I'm never judging myself. I never judged myself. I'm not judging. My grammar is so good. But I've never judged myself. And I was like, wow, what, how amazing. So that could be one of the reasons you feel stuck. You're too judgmental to yourself. You're too, not in sort of too analyzing, but you're thinking, you've been critical. You've been, what if this doesn't work? He actually said, there's two options. Either it's gonna work, either it's not. If I'm, posting it and, it works, it's, brilliant. And I say, oh, I knew it was gonna work. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. I just move on. And that's what life should be as well. Try different things, try new experiences, it's not, you learn from mistakes, you learn from fails, whatever you want to call them and define them, it's just a learning experience, and that's it. You just learn from it, move on. That's what he's doing. He doesn't judge himself, which is so amazing. Like, that's one of the reasons why people don't go for their dreams, because they're being too judgmental. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, this isn't perfect. Oh, I should have maybe done this. Oh, I don't know about it enough. Oh, what if this doesn't get me this, I don't know, in, let's say, internet sense, this many likes and this many views, and whatever it is that anything, even if it's the university, oh, I don't know which one to pick, maybe I would like that one, but no, maybe I'm not too smart for that one, maybe I should choose this one. Whatever it is that you feel stuck about, in that sense that you're judging yourself, try to be aware if you are judging yourself. Try to see where that comes from. Where do you see the earliest experience when someone was judging you? Why did you start judging yourself? Because when you don't have to do it, but it's usually having that understanding of it. It really helps people to just, it comes from that. Well, maybe usually wasn't even old enough to realize what was going on. I didn't have enough information to know that it wasn't about me, that it was about other person. I am pure love, the source, whatever that is for you, the source energy for you that it may be, doesn't see me that way. If you were to love someone and they were judging themselves, first you would say don't. If you see so many beautiful souls out there, they're like, oh, I'm too ugly, I'm not smart enough, and I'm competent enough, I'm not, and you're like, oh my god, really? How can you not see that in yourself? but people don't see them in themselves, again, because that's how they were brought up, whether it's their parents in the kindergarten, their friends, so-called friends, school system. There's always something. You don't you're not born and like, okay, I'm gonna start judging myself. Someone taught you that. To be aware of that someone actually taught you to talk to yourself like that, it's huge, because then you say, okay, I can change that. It's not their fault. They didn't know any better. It's not an excuse. I'm not justifying what they did, but that doesn't mean I have to continue doing this. Now I can start working on it. I can start changing that belief that I'm not good enough, that I'm not smart enough, that I'm not confident enough, that I'm, I don't know, too bad at this, too bad at that. Maybe you want to learn a language, but you're like, I'm bad at learning languages. Those are all affirmations, not good ones, but that you are setting yourself to fail, basically. You're telling yourself, okay, this is who I am. I'm not good in languages. You can change that. You can say, okay, maybe I don't know how yet to learn languages, but if I start, it's gonna get me through it. Or maybe I'll find a book that's gonna help me learn languages. Okay, let's Google how to learn a language. Okay, so you can do so many things. You can go from, I don't know how, I'm bad at learning languages, to let's try and find out how to learn a language. I can learn how to learn a language. Do whatever it is that you can, so you can change your affirmations, but don't change them. Well, it's actually self-talk, but don't change them from I'm bad at languages and I'm brilliant in languages, because you won't believe that. Change to something that is believable for you. Anything that you're judging yourself, I'm just giving you a few examples. Anything that you're judging yourself, when it happens, when you can hear it, when you're aware of, okay, I don't want to be this. That self-talk isn't serving me. Let's change it to something else. Always try to change it one maybe step below, changing to something that it's more, that it's not so detailed. For instance, I may be bad at languages, but other people's have managed to do it. Maybe I can learn how to do it. Even that can be, maybe I can learn how to do it as well. Change something that is believable, but that it's, again, better than the first statement that you had. So that's about judging. I don't want it to be too much, but I just want to share everything, so don't forget anything, so you know everything. So the next thing is, I've heard this interview and the woman said, I'm not sure what I want. I think I know what I want, but I'm not sure if that's actually what I want. If you're not sure if that's something that you want, don't do it. Don't do it. Get enough data. You do actually know. When you say I don't know if that's for me or not, that means that you're not really in sync with your inner self, because throughout life, you've skyrocketed so many wishes and so many desires that I think you even forgot so many of them. And I think if you would manifest them, you would be like, oh, okay, I remember that. Or, oh wow, maybe you would even say I didn't know I wanted it, but you actually made that wish a long time ago, so you forgot. So when you're not in sync with your inner self is love, your inner self is appreciation, your inner self is worthiness. Love and worthiness are on the same vibrational level. If you don't feel that, you might feel like you're stuck and you don't know what you want, but in truly you want. Until that happens and you try to work on it as much as you can, on the other side, this physical being, this logical self, try to have as many data as you can. Collect more data so you can actually see it clear. Okay, with this I have that, with this I have that. Now I can see it more clear, now I can choose better. Don't make a decision you're not sure whether you want it or not, and then you're like, oh. You want to be, I don't know if this is gonna happen, if it's gonna come true, but I really am excited about that. That's how you know when you're excited about seeing yourself doing it. That's the one. And that's what you want to feel, not being sure if that's going to manifest. Although again, work on your self-confidence, work on positive affirmations and stuff like that. But try, if you envision yourself actually doing it, succeeding at everything, if you're excited about it, that's it, that's what you want to do. At least that's how it is for me. But wouldn't you want to do something that you're really excited about? And I'll just leave you at that. Just think about it, work on your inner self, work on your connection, but again, collect more data, and then you'll see it clearly whether you want it or not. Where other areas where people might feel stuck is that they feel guilt, that they have maybe guilt of doing something that maybe others won't approve of or aren't approving. So let's say this actually woman, I was listening to Abraham Hicks, and this woman said, I left, I think it was the church, because the new minister, I think the word is, wasn't, saying what she was believing in. It was completely different now. And then when she left it, all the people were blaming her, all the people were judging her. How can you leave? And she started feeling really guilty, like, okay, I left those people there. But on the other hand, it was what she really, really wanted. And Abraham said, so you feel guilt about something that your inner self said, okay, this is the new path for you now. This is where you feel better. You should do it. So you listen to your inner self, and then you listen to these other people that even, they're not maybe happy. They don't know what they're, where you actually don't want to be anymore. And you feel guilty because of them, not because now you're feeling good. Some of the people, most of the people, when they were, kids, and let's say your grandma is there, and when you're a kid, you see all the love, the attention that you actually need. And when you look at them, you're trying to mimic their behavior as well. But that doesn't mean that if they were unhappy, that you should be unhappy yourself. If they were sacrificial, that doesn't mean that you have to be sacrificial of yourself. If they were too judgmental of themselves, that doesn't mean you should copy that as well. You should only turn to that love. But you don't have to turn to that love towards other people anymore. You maybe needed it when you were a child, but now you can turn to yourself, you can turn to your inner self, you can turn to this unconditional love that it's pure, that doesn't judge, that is always there for you, that is never gonna make you feel guilty, that it's never gonna make you feel less worthy of who you really truly are. Try to maybe look back, who were your role models, what they did that you're doing now. You don't have to mimic everything that they did. Take the best parts of them, and in their honor, be the best that you can be. Be the best. If you like something about them, that's what maybe you want, not the other, the other bits and bobs. Don't be who they were. Be who you are, with all these other good things that you learned from your family, friends, and people that you respected or still respect, or whoever that may be. So that's what you truly want, to take the best out of everything and create this best version of yourself that everyone, if you were, let's say, that grandparent and you were looking at your great grandchild, you would want that person to be the best they can be. You would want it to put all the love, all the inspiration. You wouldn't want them to hurt. You wouldn't want them to judge themselves. You wouldn't want them to feel pain. You wouldn't anything. And that's how they see you. That's what you should do, even in their honor, but not so much in their. But if that's what can keep you motivated, then it's good. If it's going to give you good positive feedback, but you should do it for yourself. When you're happier, when you're more content, when you're just sharing this, when you're a better person, you're making everyone around you better. You're making the whole world better. We're all in this together. We're all just like parts of one whole. So when this area gets better, everything around it, the whole thing gets better. For me, what I saw it, for instance, is even when it's a negative emotion. Let's say, you know how there are like those oil tanks, and sometimes I think it's oil, and sometimes they spill out and it's that black, and then it starts spreading and you can't really stop it. Well, that's what happens with our emotions. If you're, let's say, negative non-stop, and now it's who you really are, everything around you is gonna start spread it, and you can't stop until you stop yourself. So until you get it all back and get some, clear it up and then spread the better stuff out. And that's what I see happening when I'm positive, when I'm working on myself, whatever that may be, even if it's not positive. That's how you affect the entire world, because we're all together one. We're all one. So the separation is just an illusion of this physical world, but we are all one. So lovely. So I'm not crying. I just have eyelash in my eye. So honestly, I'm not. Can't really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna do that. Maybe some people don't like that. Anyway, we're all one. We're all in this together. And everything that you do to yourself, you're doing it to other people. So if you love someone, the best way to show them that you love them is being nice to yourself, is loving yourself more, is working on yourself to be a better person, is all that happiness that you have, that's what you share. All that maybe sadness that you have, that's what you share. Emotions are not bad. Don't think none of the emotion is bad. It's like a guidance system. It's guiding you to, you're maybe further away from what you want, or your source doesn't see it like that, or just as those maps on GPS telling you you've turned the wrong way now. That's not gonna lead you to the destination that you want. Just circle back and everything will be fine. You can obviously go different roads, doesn't matter which road it takes you there, but that's pretty much the point. So the happier you get, the better vibration around you is, the better the world is. Everything is so magical, and that's what you want to aspire for. And when you feel that way, you don't feel stuck anymore. You know exactly what you want. You don't even have to know what you want. That will represent itself in front of you. You'll be like, oh wow, that's amazing. Like, I didn't even know I wanted that. But it's gonna be there right in front of you. So maybe you will say it in, I don't know what I want at the moment, but let's see, it'll show it itself. Staying on that level, it's completely different than, oh, I don't know what I want. I don't know how to discover what I want. Oh my God, how to do this? Oh my God, everyone else knows what they want apart from me. I don't know what to do with myself, with my future. Well, I've been through that, so I know how it goes. Working on yourself, working on your vibration is the best thing that you can do for yourself, for your family, for the rest of the world. If you want to, some people say be kind. You be kind first. Show that you're kind. You don't have to say it, I am a kind person. Just be a kind person. If you feel that maybe someone is trying to use you, that's what we can discuss as well. Someone asks, how can you tell whether you're too good, too kind, maybe in other sense, like what to do if maybe someone is trying to use me? How should I know whether to do it or not? You'll know based on your feeling. If you're doing something and you don't feel good, that's not it. Don't do it. If you feel good doing it, even if that person maybe doesn't appreciate it as much as you wanted to, but you'll still feel good for it. You'll say, I did the best that I could. I know my conscience is clear. I felt good doing it. And that's the main thing. When you're kind, when you're good, you don't want anything in return and you won't get hurt. So if you don't know whether someone is gonna try to use you or not, try look inwards. Do you feel good doing this? Because you have to have self-respect as well. Being kind doesn't mean that someone is using you. So don't mix the two together. Someone thinks if you're good, if you're kind, that means that someone will use you. No, they won't if you don't let them. Don't call yourself a good person or a kind person if you're letting other people take advantage of you, because that's not you being kind, not to yourself. And if you're not kind to yourself, you're not kind. Easy peasy. So think about that. Let that sink in. If you let someone take advantage of you, you're not kind, because you're not kind to yourself. If you're truly a kind person, not only should you feel good while doing a kind thing, but you should as well feel kind to yourself. If you're good to other person, if you're a good person and you do someone else good and you feel good while you're doing good, you should as well be good to yourself. If it's not good for you, that's not good. Get it? Okay. So I think I've said it all. That's pretty much the gist of it. Be kind to yourself, be good to yourself. If you can't feel worthiness inside you, try to go towards love, because they are at the same vibration. And some people may not feel worthy, but then when they think about love and try to envision love and get the experience of love, that goes with it as well. So focus on love more. Meditation is good if you're not feeling, let's say, if you're feeling unworthy, meditation can be good in terms of not that overnight it can change you from unworthy to worthy, but at least in that state of meditation, you won't feel unworthy, if that makes sense. So it's not gonna maybe overnight change you from unworthy to worthy, but at least you won't feel that you're unworthy. So that those thoughts, that mind, you're just gonna ease it a bit up. So you're gonna be present. You're not gonna get lost in those thoughts that are telling you that you're not worthy enough. Again, if this makes sense. So I'm always recommending meditation. Do the meditation that works for you. I've met so many different people, and so many different of them are having completely different definition of what meditation is, but we have the best results for ourselves, and that's what you want. Explore what it is, do what it feels good to you. Quieting your mind maybe would be the best. Not, again, meditation is not having any thoughts, but just quieting your mind, getting into that relaxed state as well can be meditation. Yesterday I think I've read this, I'm gonna talk about it in another video, but something like thoughts are nothing personal. It's just, what was the word that was used? I can't remember now, but a phenomena. It's just a phenomena that is happening. And I was like, that's so cool. Thoughts are nothing personal. It's just a phenomena that happens. And then I try to be aware of the thoughts, and some thoughts how made my body feel, and I'm like, oh, I feel this now. Oh, I feel that now. And then I'm like, oh my God, these humans, I as a human said, oh my God, these humans, this human body. And then I did this. I don't know if you look at your hand, if you really pay attention, there's like hundreds of little lines on them. Can't say never maybe noticed that, but I was never really aware of it. And I was staring in my hand and going like this. Can you see it? Like this. Like for ages. I didn't even know how much time it went by. And I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. It's just magnificent. What we've received, like these bodies, the emotions that we have, the experiences that we have. I was like, wow. I know this feels so maybe weird, but for me it was like, wow. This is why I don't need any drugs. This is why I don't drink. This is why I don't need any substances. I produce them in my brain and head, and body everywhere on my own. I don't need to take anything apart from maybe chocolate. That's pretty but oh my god, try to do that. Honestly, try to do that. Try not to maybe have any thoughts. Just try to look at your hand and try to see all those lines. Try to see how amazing this is. Our homework was to look at our palms. So yeah, I don't know, I'm so happy. Honestly guys, listen, I'm so happy. I just want you to be happy as well. Do anything that makes you happy. Be kind to yourself, be good to yourself, get in touch with your inner self. Do exercises, do meditation, affirmation, be aware, be present, go out for a walk, sing a song that makes you happy. Just do stuff for yourself. Be happy, be good to yourself. Honestly, be so good to yourself that everyone else starts feeling even better, that you're doing good for yourself, that they want to do it good for themselves, and then that's how you share everything. And when you're happy, when you're good to yourself, you're good to other people, and they're good to other people. And then it just goes, you may have changed someone's day by being happy. You'll maybe put a smile on their faces where otherwise you wouldn't, and then their day would spiral the completely different way. You can change someone's life, even without the social media, just going outside, saying hi to someone with a smile. I said it in one of the videos. I was going back home. I wasn't really particularly feeling excited that day, and a complete stranger was walking his dog, going, opposite direction of me, stopped and said, I had no makeup. It was, I think, hot and sunny. I was sweaty. It was horrible. So I wasn't even, I looked like, I didn't feel in that moment very well. That's the sentence. And he stopped and he said, you're beautiful. He just continued. He didn't even turn around. It put such a smile to my face. It made my whole day so much better just from that. I never saw that guy in my life again. I don't even know how he looks like. I think if that guy was standing next to me, I would know it was him. But just that. And he wouldn't have done it if he was feeling miserable. He wouldn't have done it if he was, being grumpy or whatever. With that such warmth, just to tell you you're beautiful, and he just went. How amazing is that? You can change someone's life just by being good to yourself, being kind, sharing that. That's my mission. That's what I want. I want to remind people they are love. You don't search for love. You are love. But sometimes you do have to maybe search ways of you reminding yourself, or maybe search for love until you realize you are love. But when you see, okay, I am love, I am excited, I want to share this, I am that, I want to remind other people that they are too. How different this world would be if everyone was good to themselves, if everyone reminded themselves how good they are, how worthy they are, that they are loved, their appreciation. Wow. Let's do that together. Let's do that together. So don't feel stuck anymore. If you feel stuck, that's just a sign, okay, I'm not in touch with my inner self. Let's see what I can do about it. It's not a bad thing. It's just, again, sign, like on those maps saying, trust me, you're not stuck. If you feel bad about it, that means that it's just not the truth. And that's just GPS telling you, listen, we don't see that way, you're not stuck. Just raise your vibration and you'll see it'll come to you. Okay? Love you so much, and I'll see you next time. And if you like the video, like and subscribe so we can share this and be happier. Or happy if someone isn't, but just to change the vibration of the world, to be better, to be kinder to one another, to ourselves as well. And yeah. Okay, see you next time. Bye.